Hey fam, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Listen, we've got 30 minutes, maybe a little less. So grab your favorite beverage and whatever project you're working on, and let's get started, okay? So in the last video, you saw that I completed stitching up these long sashings to the rows. And now I need to join the rows. So I'm gonna do as much glue basting this morning as I can. And if I have time, go on and start stitching those rows together. If not, we'll do what we can do. I'll do what I can do, okay? All right, let's go. Alexa, set a timer for 30 minutes.
30-minute timer started.
Alexa, turn on the big iron.
Okay.
Listen, I didn't even lay out my rows to see which row I wanted to go where. And you know what? I'm gonna do one of Dana's numbers from Essence of Me. I'm gonna wing it. It's a scrappy quilt anyway, you know? So we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens. I am going to make sure that most of the things in the prints are laying the direction that I want them to before I join them. But you know what? It is what it is. That's good enough for me. And now I did not press my sashing yet. Let me go this way. I will do it when it's all said and done. No, I won't. I'm just not gonna be that kind of person. It's gonna drive me crazy. I'll at least finger press it in the direction that I want it to go. And then do a good press afterwards. I did not fully trim off that extra fabric at the ends. We're gonna wing it. I think at this point, I am looking for done and not perfection. Don't do as I do. I mean, do as I say, not as I do. That's how it goes. Take the time to trim it up right. Take the time to press your seams. Take the time. I am not looking for perfection, especially on this potato chip. I'm looking for done. And I am okay if there is no perfection. I want done. It's a utilitarian quilt for me and my family. I am not entering it into a show. It will function just as I want it to function. Yesterday was an extremely busy day for me. I not only worked both jobs, I closed last night at the golf course by myself for the first time. It was a little nerve-wracking, especially when I say closed by myself, I mean in the office. I closed the office, I shut the whole thing down. There was a young guy that had to make sure all of the golf carts were in and all of the balls were collected and all of those things. But I don't know if it's just the way he is, or if it was because it was me and him knowing it was my first time. There were a lot of things he was supposed to do that I ended up doing. He straight up left. He was like, I did XYZ, and he walked out. He was gone. And I was like, okay. Because there was still a lot that needed to be done, and I had to go back and do it. Which I'm not complaining, you know. I get the time. I get paid for my time. But I'm like, really? So, I work tonight as well. I don't close, but I do work tonight. So, I will get to have a conversation with the supervisor and just confirm, because she did say, I want you to let me know how it goes. I want you to let me know how he does with you closing. Because I need to know if there's anything I need to talk to him about as far as pulling his weight and handling his responsibilities, or if he just figured, oh, you're closing for the first time and I can get away with stuff. So I hate to do it, but it is what it is. And then when, you know, my first night closing by myself, because I've closed several nights, why did the register come up short? And I'm like, for real? But I did see, like, they gave somebody change. So I think they just was counted earlier in the day. And here I am pressing anyway, because I just cannot stand it. Cannot stand it. So, I'm really struggling, and you would think I would not, but I am really struggling trying to get into a routine now that I can wake up a little later in the mornings. And I'm not quite sure why I'm struggling, but it's something I have to address. I have to figure it out, and I have to address it, because it's really cutting into my time. Like when I'm doing these, like I really truly only have 30 minutes. I mean, and that's the whole point, true. That is the whole point, is to do what I can in 30 minutes or less if that's all I have. But there are some things that are slipping through the cracks that I don't want slipping through the cracks. I want to give them priority in my life as well. So I've got some things to figure out. I've also been contemplating some other things that I want to do and how to fit them into my days. When I was young, my mother, in her 40s, that's crooked. Yeah. Decided, well, I won't say that's when she decided. That's when she decided to do something. She did not like her handwriting. My mom hated her handwriting. I hate my handwriting. Other people say, oh, you have beautiful handwriting. I hate my handwriting. But she made it a mission for herself to learn calligraphy. And back then, there was a class, or not a class, there was a person on PBS. We lived in Louisiana. There was a person that came on PBS every Saturday and did calligraphy. And so my mom went and bought all the things. And you may have seen me show some of her things that I do have regarding calligraphy when I was going through one of the boxes that I had not been able to bring myself to go through. Not a box, it was a tote of her items. It ended up being lace and buttons and all these things. One of the things I found in there was the lace, the buttons, the cross stitch, and all of that. But her calligraphy pens, her ink bottles, of course the ink is no good in there. It's dried up. But I found all of those things. Well, I've been saying for a couple of years, I really want to improve my handwriting. And when I was younger, my mom would sit there and do what they were doing on TV with all of her supplies and everything, I would sit with her, but I just used a regular pen and did the same strokes and all of that good stuff because I thought the lettering was so pretty. My mom went on to complete everything that she could in that, with the person that was on TV. Her handwriting improved so, it was beautiful already. But then she kind of made it her own style and did her own kind of thing. And you could see the calligraphy still in her handwriting, but she just personalized it and made it hers. Well, sitting there, my mom had gotten me a ink pad and, not an ink pad, a notepad and a couple of other things. She never got me the markers, the pens, or anything like that, but I just used a pencil. And I too began to improve my lettering. And so certain letters, when I write them, they are still the way that you do them in calligraphy. Not all, especially if I'm in a rush. So for a couple of years, I've been thinking, I really want to improve my handwriting. This is bothering me. And so I think I'm going to dig out her things. I think I'm going to invest in some markers and pens and the paper and work on calligraphy and improve my handwriting. It is so ironic to me how much I am following in her footsteps in that sense of her crafting. Oh my gosh, even with my dogs, I think about my mom all the time. The calligraphy, growing flowers, all of the things. I'm like, man, if she were here today, she'd be like, not you. Not you, the one who said, I'll never grow flowers, but I will grow food. And now here I want to grow flowers and food and all of the things. So with that, I'm trying to figure out how to work that into my days. Like, my days are full already. Like, how am I going to work that in? And is it something I need to do? My mom would sit down, she would sit down and do it for hours. And she just really got lost into it and enjoyed it. I don't have hours to dedicate to that. So is that something that I can do? 15 minutes at a time? Is this another 30-minute thing? I don't know. I don't know. Tell me in the comment section, is there anything that you have a desire to improve or try for the first time? I don't want to cut it that way. I'm afraid I might cut my other fabric. Is there something you've always wanted to do? You've never taken the time to do it, but you've been feeling like you should give it a go? And if so, what is that thing? In a minute, mine is going to be learning how to cut straight. Because apparently I don't know how. Yesterday at work, they randomly chose our school, and they randomly chose 5 student records to audit. And I'm like, I'm the new kid on the block. Why are y'all auditing me? I'm still learning. I'm still learning this stuff. But audit me they did. And I wasn't nervous. At first I was. And then I was like, you know what? It is whatever it is. I'm new. Whatever is truly in the vaults, for the most part, does not reflect upon me, because these things were done long before I even came here. And so with that thought, I just relaxed and I was like, it is what it is. And I think I'm actually gonna do it this way this time. So they came, they asked, oh God, they had a notebook, 2 notebooks, 2 pages rather, in a notebook. One auditor and had one in the other auditor of questions. And then they went through these 5 records. They asked me these questions. And basically they just wanted to know like what my day looks like. And I'm like, no day is the same. The first part of the day starts out typical. The first 2 hours, let's see, 6, 7, 8. The first 3 hours of my day look the same. Pretty much. That can go helter-skelter real quick. And then the portion of attendance, it never stops. It's ongoing from the time I'm there till the time I leave. So before the kids get there, even after the kids get there, I am working on attendance. And then sorry, I'm trying to focus. And then throughout the day, I'm working on registrations, classroom changes, withdrawals, change of addresses, all of these things. Sending records to other schools, requesting records from other schools. all of that stuff. So they just asked me questions on all of that. And then at the end, they were like, for someone who just started, you did really good. Nothing but Jesus, because baby, I couldn't do none of this on my own. But it was some of the tips that they gave me on how I could do some things. Granted, they don't do what I do and have never done what I do, but they did give me some tips on organizing some of the things that I do to kind of simplify things. And then they only found, in all of the 5 files, they found 1 file that had one thing incomplete. But again, the date of this incompletion thing was from 2022. I wasn't there. I was not there. But it is something that we need to have, which is to verify that this family still lives within our school zone. So I will reach out to them today and do that, but yeah, it wasn't so bad. Oh, something else I think I'd like to do. There's nothing. I would like to do it. And Dana from Essence of Me knows it. She said what she's had to say, and then she's quiet on the matter. But I want to write a book or 2. 1, a romance, and 2, the second one is just on how God has brought me through, stood by my side and brought me through some of life's challenges that I have encountered and endured. And so that has really been kind of on my mind. And I'm like, where in the world would I find time to do any of that? I'm like, Tasha, you pick things that will keep you hard pressed for time. Hard pressed for time. I'm already pressed for time. And then I think of things that would make me even more pressed for time. I just remembered I did not feed my dogs. I took them out for a walk. And usually when I come right back in, the first thing I do is go feed them, put food in their bowls, and they eat at their leisure. And I didn't do that. So that's something I'm gonna have to do. Alexa, how much time is left on the timer?
You have 6 minutes and 48 seconds left on your 30-minute timer.
I'm going to get the glue basting done, and that's it today, and I am okay with that. That's pretty good. No, I won't. I'll get most of the glue basting done. It's time for me to fill up my little bottle of glue, though. I'll do that off camera. I always make a mess. have bought the tips that go on like the Elmer's glue bottles, and I don't know, I have not had luck with those tips, the applicator tips. I have not had good success with those. But this little bottle called Glue Basted, I just keep refilling it, and I have had the most success with it. All right, I think that's gonna be it for today. Yeah. Now, when I get home, since I am getting home a little earlier, I could glue baste this last row to this, and then glue baste this completed glue basted row to this, so that when I come in here, I just have to sew all of those. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 that I would be sewing. I could do that, which I probably will. That's pretty much how I do it. And and then the quilt top will be just about done. I think since I get off early, I think I'm gonna stop at Michael's. Actually, I am gonna stop at Michael's, but I'm gonna order it, pre-order, and then just do a pickup of the fabric. Alexa, turn off the big iron.
Okay.
I'll order the fabric and then do a pickup, because I've got to do a pickup on dinner as well. I guess that's gonna be it. I'm a little less than 30 minutes in. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you guys. I don't think so. I hope the volume is good on this video. Like, it's really got me paranoid now about my audio. So hopefully things are good and you guys can hear me rather well. Again, if not, please let me know in the comment section, but also let me know again what you're working on, and if there's anything that you have aspired to do or try that you've never done before, and if so, what is it, and do you plan to try it anytime soon? All right, guys, may God bless your hands, your home, and all that you create. Until next time, keep blooming, keep stitching, and keep creating. Take care, and God bless. Bye.